see them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo.
Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Hello there, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Top of the day or top of the moment to you. This is Maiyegun live, and from wherever you are watching from, know this: before you settle down into this video, into this broadcast, you can give me a thumb up. Yes, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And while we do that, it has been confirmed that indeed the Nigerian police, they have arrested the OPC members who carried out the operation that apprehended the notorious Fulani warlord called Wakili. As you are watching this video, Wakili is currently in the protection of the police, providing medical service, while those who carried out the operation have been shipped to Abuja. I'm going to give a minute for you to do what is right. Subscribe before you settle down if you haven't. Share the broadcast if you are yet to. Give a thumb up if you can, just before you settle in. Let us give a little bit of education to our children and to ourselves about Oduduwa Republic Anthem. This sounds so right. Learn something. Thank you. For those who have done that, share the video, invite others, and let them know that Maiyegun is live. Yes, they have been released. Later today, we heard the news that they have been released, but we have not seen them yet. Okay, so this is what happened. There has been serious uprising of Fulani herdsmen attacks on local farmers. Apart from the local farmers, local villages, some villages in Yoruba land have experienced the endless violent attack of the Fulani herdsmen in this part of Nigeria. Apart from the stories that you have been following from the northern part of the country, Yoruba governors, Yoruba political class, they have done so well to underreport what the people are really going through until we now have the evidence of the people, Yoruba people from Ogun State, who are now refugees in Benin Republic. This is the story. 3 days ago, 3 days ago or thereabout, the OPC tactical team, they went for an operation to go and look for the dreaded, notorious Fulani, herdsman, so to say. His name is called Wakili. Before now, due to the developing insecurity issue, where he is being accused as the mastermind, the coordinator, the chief of all the terrorists terrorizing the the Okeogun area, Ayete Ibarapa area of Oyo State. And before now, it's been in the media that Wakili bragged that no one could touch him. Well, no one touched him. The violence continued. The government of Oyo State, as they are trying on one hand to show that they are capable of resolving the problem, it is pretty much like, playing more to the advantage of the culprits of the increasing insecurity in that state. However, people decided to defend themselves since the government would never get involved, not the police, not the military. So for months after the first flush out exercise of Amotekun in that axis in January 2021, months after that, Wakili is reported to have reinforced. He has called more armed Fulani terrorists to his camp. He has a camp in that axis, a very big one in the forest there. We didn't know Wakili was an old man, a very, very old man, right? However, the OPC team, they decided to visit that forest. On the day of the visit, they encountered gunfight with the people who are supposedly to be guiding the camp. When the OPC team overpowered them, they ran, including Wakili. While running, they chased them, caught few of them, including Wakili, and they recorded the video, the arrest. So after that, they didn't do anything, no extrajudicial treatment or anything. It was handed over to the police. This is the person they said has been terrorizing this part of the state. We have victims, we have witnesses, we have all those who are ready to stand up and tell you they have been victims of the Fulani terrorism in that axis. Let me be very clear. I am not sitting down here to post a picture of an upright person who is sitting here to judge people. No, we don't do that on Maiyegun's Diary. In case this is your first or second time of watching Maiyegun's Diary, let me take you on a quick tour. The exercise we are advocating for on Maiyegun's Diary is to tell the story, give the the event, the names and the actors. Let the world see that, so that those who have refused to do their legitimate job, which is to protect the lives and properties of the people, they have failed. And they have politicized it so well that people will prefer to be politically correct when they are discussing issue that has to do with life and death. We are not here to stigmatize or gaslight anyone. The story has lives. The story that is, these stories that you are watching, you are hearing here and there, they have lives to them. There are individuals, there are victims, there are survivors, there are people who didn't make it. Now, they are telling their stories, calling out those who should be responsible for their protection isn't a call for violence, okay? And on Maiyegun's Diary, I won't support anything violent. No, I won't. And we know, as it has been established again and again, that the only aggressor when conversation around security of the lives and properties of the people comes to the table, the only aggressor here, the only aggressive party is the government of Nigeria and their own agents. They are those who don't want you to name names. They are those who don't want you to encourage the people to defend themselves when the government failed to defend them. It is a universal right that you have the right to defend yourself, defend everything that is yours when you feel like your life come under threat. In Nigeria, defending yourself to the government of Nigeria is even a crime. And here we are, the confusion, where the government is not taking liability, not taking responsibility, but at the same time does not want the people to react. Now, not letting people know the danger going on around them, as much as the government knows, is even dangerous enough to what? To lead to more bloodshed and more bloodbath. This is why when I come on Maiyegun's diary, I share with you what I know. Most of what I share with you are things you know too. But what we do on Maiyegun's diary is that when we lay everything bare, you have your own opinion, I have mine. Many of us have our own different opinion due to the vantage or whatever angle you are watching this from, or possibly, judging it from. But on Maiyegun's diary, you will have an opportunity to diffuse that your opinion enough, to question that your belief, and possibly make an informed decision that will not be laced with that myopic lens that the government wants you to use in viewing all of this, by using all these distractions that are completely irrelevant when conversation around lives and properties comes to the table. The government doesn't want you to name names. The government doesn't want you to call them out. The government wants you to believe that they are in control of the situation when they are not. And here we are. We are Yorubas. We now have our own brothers and sisters, women, children, aged, who ran away from their villages. Think about that. They are now refugees in Benin Republic. So who is failing? The government or the people who were told that they will be safe? But here they are, now in Benin Republic, possibly having to beg. Having to beg to survive. They have even vowed never to return to Nigeria. That should tell you something. They are telling people about what is coming and having the reaction of the relevant people who are not going to kowtow the dictate of the government that is completely absent, nowhere to be found. And when they show up, they tend to be more interested in defending the rights of the criminals. So, few hours after the OPC members arrested Wakili and handed him over to the police, expecting the police to now do their job, is Wakili legitimately a criminal? It is the job of the police to prove that and prosecute him. There are witnesses who are ready to come forward if the government is going to be sincere. But you know one thing, the textbook definition of a failed country is what you have in Nigeria right now. Okay? There is no existence of government other than for them to tax you, borrow money in your name, budget money, spend the money, and tax you again, borrow money, spend the money, and continue to give you rhetorics. Why more and more people are either losing their lives or losing everything they have saved in their lives? That is a textbook definition of a failed country. I don't know where you want to see it from. If the government can no longer guarantee the safety of lives and properties, and the government is busy pointing fingers, it is your fault, it is those people's fault, not our fault, it must be your fault, we can, that kind of a thing. It is a textbook definition. Nigeria is a textbook definition of a failed country. But many of you are building this false hope of maybe it is not that bad, it is worse, and it's still pretty, it's going to get pretty bad, really bad. Just like we've been saying it for the past 4-5 years, that a government that refuses to prosecute terrorists, a government that is comfortable negotiating with terrorists, is not a government that is ready to protect the people. And the backlash of that, the consequences of that, is that those terrorists will build more strength now that they know that they will not be killed or jailed. And I said, wait for it. As much as we all know what led to the insecurity in the country, these people invited these terrorists to Nigeria because of election. They won the election. They couldn't control them anymore. And don't even wave that off with a wave of hand. Don't. Because you see, the consequences of you not seeing through that is what we now have. We used to say this is a family problem, a family business in the north. simply because you are sitting comfortably in Lagos, sitting comfortably in your own palace, driving your own Jeep comfortably in Ibadan, Akure. Now you won't be able to drive them comfortably anymore. That is the long-term consequences, because there is no time frame, there is no framework that you can actually you can give to anyone now and say, this is the template of the government of Nigeria to prosecute criminals who have turned children to orphans, turned women to widows, turned men to disabled widowers, turned villages to burial grounds, turned whole community to graveyard. This is the template of the government of Nigeria to punish them. There is none. There is none. Now, the government is pretty much angry, upset that people want to defend themselves without the government giving you the template. This is what we are doing. Do you understand that now? This is what we are doing. This is what we're going to do. But a few weeks ago, the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, he said they have arrested some people, which they believe are the criminals. They also arrested and detained 7 people who are actually Yorubas from Ibadan due to the Shasha crisis. Now, the government is going ahead with the prosecution of those they arrested for Shasha crisis in Ibadan now. But the governor that told the whole world 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago that they have arrested some criminals who he refused to call Fulani terrorists. He called them, Seyi Makinde called them foreign bandits. He told us that they have arrested some. Do you know that to this day, they don't have the framework of how they are going to prosecute them? Because there is none. And you know it. The OPC member that arrested Wakili, they know what they are up to. They know what they are up against. They are up against the government that should do the job, won't do the job, but will pretend to be doing the job. And when people die, and people react, the government will now act as if they actually have a name for them. They call everyone who is acting in self-defense in any part of Yoruba land, they call them non-state actors. That's the name they have given to them. Very soon, same way Nigeria proscribed IPOB, who killed nobody, kidnapped nobody, burned no building, and did no evil to anyone. But Nigeria proscribed them and they called them terrorists. Many of those who are representing the government of Nigeria today, they will tell you that IPOB are terrorist members, yeah? But they will tell you that terrorists with AK-47, these kidnappers and killers, they are just advanced armed robbers. That is what Sheikh Gumi called them. So in Yoruba land now, people like Sunday Igboho and every single person standing up in Yoruba land, ready to defend Yoruba land, the Yoruba governors have created names for them. Yes, they now call them non-state actors. That means they have no right to defend anywhere. And if they try to, they will be arrested because they will be violating the law of self-defense. Think about that. Now, they will do that. They are already doing it, okay? A government that knows the threat that has forced people to become refugees in another country, and that same government is not actually coming up and saying, listen, whatever we want to use to resolve this whole problem. Number one, look at our people. We have over 5,000 Ogun State people, Yorubas, Yewa people in Yoruba land, Ogun State, over 5,000, including children, old people, women, disabled. They ran away, they ran for their lives. They are currently in Benin Republic. Isn't that enough for every political leader in Yoruba land to begin to reason and feel like, hey, if this happened in Ogun State, what is going to happen to those who are going to run away from Ondo? What will happen to the villages of those who are going to run away from or those who are already running away, but we have not received their reports. Isn't this going to be a problem? I mean, let's all now just think rationally now, okay? There is a problem of increasing insecurity across Nigeria. It is obvious. Now, the whole country now have a share in this madness. The one that is ravaging everywhere now is that the others, which the government and government representatives called foreign others, because they want to separate the government representatives. They know about the existence of these killers. They are not denying. So in order for them to separate the killers from those who are not killers, the agents of government in Nigeria from every part, especially in northern Nigeria, they have been telling us that those who are killing people, raping women, ransacking villages, they are foreign Fulanis. They have said that repeatedly. Okay? But those who are Nigeria Fulanis, those ones, the reason why they are carrying AK-47 is because you see those foreign Fulanis who are killing Nigerians, they also kill Nigeria Fulanis too. That is their argument, okay, from the northern part of the country. So they are separating the foreign killers, which they admit exist, and they have no solution on how to get rid of them, no plan, okay? The local Fulanis, which the people in government want us to believe that, they have right to carry AK-47 because they are also being attacked by those foreign Fulanis. Do you get that now? Now, that should be a national disaster for government officials to come out, including the military, in all the security agents, the president of the country, all the security chiefs, to come out boldly and repeatedly to Nigerians to say, yes, we understand that you are being killed, but listen, we don't want you to react, okay? We just want you to know that those ones killing you, they are foreigners, okay? But you see those ones carrying AK-47, if those ones kill you or kidnap you, they are just armed robbers. Do you understand that? That's the narrative. So if you have been reading anywhere where they have been trying to make the Fulanis the victim, don't mix it up. That is what they are intending to do. And let me be honest with you, they are spending a lot of money, locally and internationally, to promote this ideology. This is where the idea of amnesty for bandits came from. This is exactly what brought Sheikh Gumi to limelight. This is where Maiyegun turned Nigeria to a cash cow. It's a long story. I don't think you are in a hurry. And I'm going to say, let me take a break. We'll take it further in a minute. They are trying to make you believe that they are victims, but there is something you are missing. It is the indictment on the government of Nigeria to admit that foreign killers have taken over the country and they had access to bring in their weapons, their people, in their hundreds of thousands, and they are everywhere. But the only way to identify those ones and the real Fulani is that if a Fulani man kidnap you, I don't even know where you have to. The indictment is the point you have to pick out of this. It is a failure of government. It is like for the UK government to come out and say, well, although we have seen some Europeans who are killing British, therefore, we are doing everything. We want you to know that those who are killing you in Scotland, killing you in England, killing you in Wales, killing you in Northern Ireland, we are very sorry. Those who are treating your children like this and all of this, displacing your people and turning many British to refugees, in France, in which other countries are close to us like that? Imagine Boris Johnson and his own agents coming out to say, you British people should stop complaining. Don't cause problem. Yes, we know that you are being killed. But one thing there is this. You are not being killed by your fellow British. You are just being killed by some Europeans who came into Britain and we are working. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the same government is giving them amnesty. That is where they are trying to keep you confused in order for you never to make an informed decision, to see through the charade, to see through the lies, and be able to tell yourself that whatever hope you are clinging on to is a false hope. Because you see, as you wait for your turn, because let me tell you something, this whole injustice in Nigeria, this whole insecurity in Nigeria is being democratized. Okay? Everybody is going to have a share. Therefore, whether you pretend that what I've just told you now doesn't make any sense, or you think it makes sense, well, there's going to be consequences for either reaction. If you react that this makes sense, therefore I'm not going to listen to them again. No, I'm not going to listen to them. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah? The government can protect us. The same government is telling us that those who are killing us are foreigners. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the government is saying that they believe in Sheikh Gumi negotiating with the terrorists, right? Now, we used to say this is a northern problem. There's nothing wrong. There are many of you who believe that there's nothing wrong. What is my business? Didn't they vote for Buhari? If we have over 400,000 Nigerians from Katsina who are now refugees in Cameroon, even though Cameroon is also killing its own people, turning their own people in southern Cameroon to refugees. Yet you have people from Katsina State who ran away from Nigeria and they are now refugees in Cameroon. You have Nigerians who ran away from Borno who are now refugees in Chad, in Niger Republic. You have many of them who ran away from Sokoto who are now refugees in different parts of other neighboring countries. Then you used to say it is their business. Today, I'm a Yoruba man. When I was telling you then that the consequences of you thinking it is their business, you are indifferent due to your own personal, understanding of the problem, one day it's going to be all our business. It's going to actually be the business of everybody, because business of security is everybody's business. Now it's going to be our business, or everybody have to wait and die.
Still them talk say, make we off mind, but thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shut down, yo.
Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo.